Good morning, everybody. My name's Cassie Waz. I'm a firefighter here for Chandler Fire Department. We wanted to put together a workout for you guys that you could do at home with us. You guys have been doing a great job staying home, staying isolated, staying quarantined to help us. And so we wanted to do something to give back to you. Hopefully this brings you some fresh ideas, kind of breaks up the monotony of being stuck at home, and you have fun with it. We don't always have a great night's sleep. We were up a couple times here at the station last night, and I know that happens for you guys at home too. You have kids or you have something on your mind, you don't get a good night's sleep. It's still important for us to get up the next morning and be productive and make the most of that day. Adapt and overcome, right? So most important thing is for you to get up and get it done first thing in the morning, because as the day goes on, the chances of us getting that workout in only decline. And this exercise or this workout is actually going to invigorate us for the rest of our day and hopefully pick up your energy to carry you through the rest of the day instead of making you feel like you just aren't going to have a good one. So let's make it a good one. Couple of tips for you. Like I said, get up, get it done first thing. But before you get up and get it done, I want you to get a big glass of water and chug it. We always want to start our day with hydration. When you sleep all night, you are not drinking for however many hours, right? Hopefully 7 or 8 hours at least, but we go without drinking in the middle of the night. So we wake up, our body's thirsty. We need to get a big glass of water in and hydrate ourselves. Especially with summertime coming up, it's important for us to stay hydrated. And then maybe a little snack, nothing too heavy that's gonna bog you down, maybe just a piece of toast, and then we're gonna get into this. All you're gonna need for today's workout is a fire truck. Just kidding, we're gonna try a resistance band instead. So go ahead and try and find one of these around the house. If you don't have one, that's okay. We'll talk about things you can do instead during the workout, but grab one of these and I'll see you back for the workout. All right, guys, this is gonna be the first exercise in our circuit today. Hopefully you have your resistance band. If you don't have a resistance band, it's okay, anything works. This is part of the fun of working out at home, is getting creative. Grab a gallon of OJ, grab a gallon of milk, one in each hand. Maybe have some dumbbells laying around at home. Anything that's a little bit weighted that you can pull, it'll work for us today, okay? So, we're gonna get our resistance band and put it underneath of our feet. I wanna make sure I'm starting with a nice flat back, a nice straight line from my head to my hips. And the goal here is that we're driving our elbows to the ceiling. So I'm pulling, driving those elbows to the ceiling. Imagine I put a grape between your shoulder blades and I want you to smash that grape. So bent over row, that's exercise number 1 in the circuit. Shoot for about 10 reps. If you're getting fatigued and tired, you're losing that neutral spine, you're starting to get an arch in your back, do 8, do 6, do whatever you can do. Match your level. All right, exercise number 2 in our workout today is gonna be a rear foot elevated split squat, or at least that's what I call it. So, everyone has some sort of a tote like this at home, right? This next exercise is gonna be totes awesome. Get ready for it. Hopefully you have something like that. I think probably all of you do. You may not need the resistance band on this exercise because this exercise is pretty saucy on its own. So you can set this down, you can keep it around your neck and see how you feel, all right? You're gonna put that back foot on your tote or your box, whatever you have, a bed, a bench, anything works, even a curb, okay? And you wanna go ahead and go down all the way, drop that back knee to the ground, make sure this front knee doesn't cross that toe. Okay, you should feel a good burn in this quad and in this butt cheek right here, right in the glute. We're gonna do 10 of these on each side. If you wanna make this a little saucier, you can actually put the band underneath your foot and around your neck so that you're moving through some resistance. Now, I feel a little bit more intensity when I move up against that resistance band. 10 on each side. All right, guys, exercise number 3 in our circuit. Hopefully you're feeling good, energized as we go here. It's gonna be a push-up with a little bit of a variation to it. So I wanna show you standing up first because I want you to see what your hands and your feet are doing when you're down in that plank position. You're gonna start with your feet together and your hands are gonna be apart, about shoulder width. Okay, we're gonna be in plank position, which I'll show you. And then we're gonna cross our hands, and as we cross our hands, we're gonna simultaneously step our feet apart. And then we're gonna go ahead and uncross our hands and step our feet back together, and then we're gonna hit that push-up. And then we're gonna head right back to where we came from. Push-up. All right, let me show you that on the ground. Like I said, you're setting up with your hands about shoulder width apart, and my feet are right next to each other behind me. I'm gonna go ahead and cross my hands and step apart with my feet. Now I'm gonna uncross my hands and step my feet back together, and I'm gonna hit that nice strong push-up. Everything moves as one unit, up and down. And then I'm gonna head right back where I came from. Cross, uncross, push-up. Okay, I'm gonna show you that from the side now. So when you're doing your push-up, let's talk about push-up form real quick. I don't wanna see this touching your stomach to the ground with a saggy back. You wanna lift those hips up, squeeze your butt cheeks nice and tight, like you got $1 million you're hanging on to back there. Don't let it go. Don't let no one get your $1 million, okay? So hold on to that. Abs tight, glutes tight, and we're moving down as one unit and back up as one unit. Everything in a nice straight line. Let's do that crossover variation again. So we're crossing our hands, uncrossing our feet, push up. Everything is one unit, nice and strong, and then I'm headed right back toward you. All right, guys, we're getting close to the end of our first circuit here, our only circuit for today, but our first time through. We're gonna do a single leg RDL, okay? This is our 4th exercise in the circuit. So again, you can use your resistance band. You can get that gallon of milk or that gallon of OJ back out, whatever dumbbells you have laying around the house. Even just your own body weight is great on this exercise. It's fairly complicated on its own, especially if you're making sure you're doing it the right way. So let's talk about that. First, I'm gonna show you the exercise real quick. It might kind of ring a bell for some of you. You've seen it or done it before. So one leg's planted down with a soft, just movable bend in that knee. Nice, long, straight leg on the other side. We're lowering ourselves down, pausing for a minute, owning that stability, and then we're coming back up. Okay, so when you do this is a backward forward motion. Even though it looks like my body's going up and down, it's backward forward because it's coming from the hips. So if I were to take a rod and run that rod straight through my hips, I'm hinging on that rod. Okay, so here we go again. I'm taking that hip, I'm pushing that hip back behind me. All the tension's here, I'm loaded in my hip. I can feel it in my hamstring and glute, and then I'm gonna drive and squeeze that glute forward to bring myself back up. So it's backward, forward, backward into that hip, drive forward through with that hip. If you wanna make that a little saucier, like I like to say, put this under your foot, now you have a little bit of resistance. So we're still doing the same thing. We're going backward, forward, up through that resistance. Nice flat back, nice long straight lines through your body. So on the other side here, I always say head to heel, strong as steel. So we're moving everything down as a unit and back up as a unit. You should feel that in your hammies and butte. 10 on each side. All right, guys, 5th and final exercise of our circuit for today. It's gonna be an ab exercise of choice. You can do whatever you wanna do. There's all kinds of great abs out there to get your 6-pack on. I'm gonna choose one for myself today. If you wanna follow along with me, awesome. If you wanna do your own, awesome too. Okay, so I'm gonna do something for my obliques, okay? A lot of times we move in this forward, backward, straight line plane, so it's good to move our bodies in different directions. So I'm gonna get onto my side here. Okay, you wanna make sure your elbow's on the ground, your wrist is in line with your elbow, you're nice and strong. So I'm pushing my body away from the ground, nice and long from my head to my heels, strong as steel, like I said in the other exercise. I wanna make sure my foot is pointed toward you, okay? And I'm gonna hold this for 30 seconds. I'm making sure my abs are nice and tight, I'm squeezing my buns back here, and I'm gonna hold for 30 seconds. If you wanna advance this a little bit, you can go ahead and add a leg lift to it. You can do 10 leg lifts on each side, or just hold for 30 seconds. You can even do hip dips, down and back up. If you need a little bit of help, you can take this free hand and you can help assist and support yourself a little bit. Make it right for you. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side so that our obliques are matching each other. You always wanna treat each side equally, okay? Whatever you do on the left, you wanna do on the right just as well. So head to heel, strong as steel, driving up out of the ground, going into my leg lifts, whatever variation I decide, or just simply holding. So we had a total of 5 exercises in our circuit today. It's a total body workout. We hit each muscle group at least once. That's one full round that we just went through. You wanna shoot for about 10 reps of everything we did, and the goal is to get 3 or 4 rounds. So Grab a little shot of water, take a minute, have a few deep breaths, and let's do it again. Do what works for you, do what works for your body, and what works within your time constraints. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that workout today. I know I feel better. Remember, the goal today was to invigorate versus annihilate ourselves. So hopefully you feel pepped up, energized, ready to go about your day and make it a productive one. Drop a comment below and let us know. Do you feel invigorated? Do you feel annihilated? Did you like it? Maybe, if you're lucky, we'll come back with some more info for you. I had a good time. I hope you guys did too. We'll see you later.